How are you doing, Cali Crowd?
I've mentioned in the past that horizontal rowing is a crucial part of building overall pulling strength. And I've gotten a few questions on how best to train this movement, especially once you've overdone it and gotten bored of Australian pull-ups. And so today we'll be going through my favorite horizontal pulling exercise, which is the tucked front lever row. The tucked front lever row has great transferability over into your front lever training, obviously, but it is also great for keeping those shoulders healthy and happy by developing the muscles responsible for scapular retraction and getting out of those rounded, hunched positions we may often find ourselves in. But before we jump into all of that, if you would like to be part of the helpful and motivating community that we've got here at Cali To The Crowd, then be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell as well so that you never miss out on a Cali To The Crowd video. Okay, now jumping straight into it, we have the setup. Now I prefer doing this exercise with gymnastics rings instead of a bar. Main reason for this is it allows you to get a better range of motion without your legs getting in the way. So to start with, we're going to set the rings up at a height that allows you to keep your feet touching the floor in this semi-seated dead hang position. Next, squeeze your scapula together and down to move into an active hang. And then we're going to lift the knees, similar to what we do in a hanging knee raise, except we're going to keep going, hinging at the shoulders until we're in this hanging cradle position. Now, before we start rowing, there's a few cues that we want to take note of. First, because the rings provide unstable grounding, we want to continuously be aware of what the arms are doing. So as we pull, it can be tempting to flare the elbows out a little, but not only is this a less efficient way to move, for the same reason that wide grip pull-ups are harder than normal pull-ups, but it could also cause unnecessary stress on your shoulder capsule. Instead, ensure that we're pulling so our elbows remain close to our side. There's another thing we want to be conscious of as we row, which is to try and maintain that cradled shape with our body. If you're new to this exercise, the proprioception element of it, so knowing where your body is in space, may be very difficult for you, and you may find that as you roll your body, your hips and legs rise and fall with the movement. What this essentially does is, instead of turning this into a horizontal rowing movement, instead what you'll have is this semi-scapular pull-up, straight arm push-down type movement. If this becomes something that you're struggling with, just film yourself performing the tucked front lever row slowly and get familiar with where your hips rise and drop with the movement so you know where to focus on in the future. And the last cue here is to simply visualize that pencil between your shoulder blades. Make sure you're keeping those shoulders away from your ears and squeezing those scapula together in that stable, retracted position. Now we can progress the tucked front lever row in quite a few ways too. The first progression is simply a change in how we grip the rings. Keeping a neutral or hammer grip encourages the biceps to get more involved. But if you want to take it a step further, we can switch to this pronated grip, which is slightly harder but better stimulates what a front lever on a straight bar would look like without placing too much pressure on your wrists. The next progressions come as a pair and will depend on where you feel you need to focus. If you want to strengthen with the actual rowing motion, we can actually add some ankle weights to our tucked front lever. Ankle weights are actually preferential to a weight belt or weighted vest because it will bring us closer to the next progression we're going to discuss, which is the advanced tucked front lever row. Here we can start to explore flattening that back out and bringing the knees slightly further away from the body in various different ways and perform the row from there. What bringing the knees away from the body actually does is it recruits more of the chest and anterior delts into play, and we need to do more to stop the body from lowering under the weight of the legs. Whichever one of these progressions you decide on doing, either adding weights or evolving the movement, it should be based on your goals and where you feel your weaknesses are. Crowd, it actually goes without saying that I actually love this exercise. It just ticks off so many boxes. We've got the horizontal rowing, we've got the scapular retraction, we've got the skill acquisition, all packaged into an exercise that is so easily scalable. But I want to know what your favorite horizontal pulling exercise is. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.